Did you see that shit? MMA podcast. Hosted by mixed martial arts journalist Mike Strauss, aka Strauss.21, and Chicago's number one underground comedian, Apollo Taj Mahal.
Thank you for listening. I am Mike Strauss, aka Strauss21, and this is
Apollo Taj Mahal.
We are the guys from the Did You See That Shit Mixed Martial Arts podcast. We know you're going to like the interview, so be sure to like, follow, and subscribe on all the social media platforms, as well as the Missing Time Productions YouTube channel. And don't forget to go to didyousseethatshit.com for a complete rundown of all of our content. Right, Apollo?
Yeah.
I want to introduce Brandon Raw Dawg Royval to the show. He is a professional fighter, 7-3. Just fought at LFA 39. Man, you had a very impressive victory. I know it was only 40 seconds and it was via injury, but you still lit Jerome up there.
Yeah, man, I felt like everything was going right into place, man. I didn't even notice what exactly happened at the time, but yeah, I felt like everything was pretty much right on to the point where it all wasn't going on, I guess.
I saw in a social media post, you said you didn't even realize the extent or really what had happened to his shoulder until you watched the replay. What did you think when you saw that happen?
Me, I thought he was just trying to make space, man. I thought he was trying to make space to get away. When I saw the replay, I didn't know what the hell to expect. I don't know, man. When I saw the replay, I was just like, oh, shit, that's what happened. Like, it's not what I don't know. It's not what I saw happening or what I thought happened or in any of the situations that I kind of just even played over in my mind before the fight that could have even happened. So it's like a weird freak accident.
Yeah, that's one of those things you never really, you never plan for, never really expect. You know, it just when it happens, it's like it's shocking. But
yeah, even watching it on video, I still don't know what the hell happened to his arm or how the hell it happened. Or
yeah, it's weird because it was one of those freak things, man. Like that probably wouldn't happen again in 100 attempts. You know? Yeah,
agreed.
So what got you into fighting, man? You're a young kid. You're 25. You're going to be 26 in August, and you're super talented. You're fighting at a Factory X. You guys are producing a lot of rising up and coming prospects. What got you into the sport?
What got me into fighting? Fuck, man, I've always been interested in like boxing and stuff. And what got me into that is, I guess as a little kid, I was always like a shit talker, and I just everywhere I went, man. My dad, my brother, my uncles are like, you better learn how to fight, man. You better learn how to fight. You talk way too much shit. You better learn how to fight. Someone's going to kick your ass. So I think just fear out of that got me into boxing, and like where I just got obsessed with boxing a little bit. And then my brother and I were boxing constantly, and all of a sudden he started adding in submissions and stuff into it. So what the hell is all this? So I started getting choked out before I ever even knew how to tap. So kind of had to make that quick adjustment and start learning a little bit of jiu-jitsu. So we stopped fast forwarding through like all the ground game and the UFCs when we used to watch all the UFCs and stuff, and just got a little more into it. And then from there on out, man, I've just been obsessed.
How long have you been training?
I've been training since I was 16 years old, so I've been training for almost 10 years. I'm like literally, I've had a couple injuries, but from there on out, I've been playing competitive sports. So as soon as I decided to train at 16, it was like full on competitively. Training every day, putting in all the practices and stuff. So just playing competitive sports kind of gave me that upper hand with all that too.
Yeah, for sure, man. Sports is I think it's so important for young kids for a multitude of reasons, you know, like the work ethic. And then I believe it's very important for their self-esteem. So, you know, being a father of myself, I'm trying desperately to get my kids involved in some kind of activity, man. So that's
even like martial arts, would you push them that way? Or
100%.
Does that change as a father? Yeah, I think martial arts gives you a lot of confidence. I think as a martial arts, when I was like 16 and stuff, even when I was like learning that, it gave me like enough confidence to not be afraid to even like pull over to the side of the road and help someone change a tire. Cause like, well, if worst comes to worst, I could probably choke this dude out or whatever have you kind of situation. So it actually like even like opened me up to make me a little bit better of a person and make myself like, I guess, vulnerable in those situations.
Mm-hmm, absolutely, man. You know, you've been doing this for a while, as you said. I noticed that it looks like about half of your fights are at bantamweight and half of them are at flyweight now. Are you going to stay at flyweight?
Oh, yeah, no, I make flyweight easy. The only reason I have any fights at bantamweight is just not able to get any fights at flyweight.
Okay.
Yeah, even as an amateur. I was supposed to make my 125 debut like when I was in high school, and I never found a fight, man.
Is it hard for you to find fights now?
I'm signed with Alpha, so I guess not necessarily, but even now, man, like I'll never fight in Colorado. I don't know. Yeah, it's just always been pretty hard. I feel like I'm a hard guy to get matched up with because at flyweight 5'9", on the size of a normal man at flyweight. So it's just weird. And I have like a pretty, I don't know, style-wise, I don't think I match up really well with too many people. So it's really hard for me to get fights at flyweight.
That's something I wanted to talk to you a little bit about, man. You got 6 or is it 7 first-round finishes now? I'm not sure if they probably count that last one.
I have 6 first-round finishes and then 7 finishes altogether. I think the interesting part about that is if you include last week's as a win or a finish or whatever you have in that situation, is I have 3 fights in less than a minute, I'm pretty sure, as a pro. As a pro, I have 3 fights where, like, I don't think I got touched.
So would you consider yourself a fast starter?
Yeah, I just consider myself, and I think that is true. I think a lot of it just comes up as me just like, all right, let's get this shit kicking and just go kind of rush the cage a little bit. But that being said, even as like an amateur, man, I had all finishes, first round except for my first fight, which was like a minute and a half in an amateur round. So it was still less than 5 minutes to finish.
Wow. I mentioned Factory X. That's where you're training out of. Who are some of your favorite training partners that you get to roll with?
My favorite training partner, like my lifelong best friend, man, has been John Allen. Me and him been training together for my whole entire 9 years of training. He was the perfect opponent for Jeromes because he's 6 foot tall. He's a bantamweight, but he's still just like a really good striker. His jiu-jitsu, he's a purple belt. So he was my main training partner for this fight. But I have a lot of great southpaws to kind of like that, like mimic Jeromes a little bit, and not necessarily mimic him because what I think that they brought to the table is better. And then of course I had Sid Bice, man, who's just coming off an LFA title shot, and he's amazing.
You guys have one of the best up-and-coming camps. I say that up-and-coming even though a lot of you guys are already pros, but I don't think the average fan knows too much about you, but they will very soon. All of you guys, man, just a row of killers. So I can't wait to see what you guys got next. Now, let me ask you, man, what is your goals? What's next for you? Obviously, you're going to try to make it to the big show.
Yeah, by the end of this year, I want to be fighting at the highest level. I think I've showed myself to be the most dangerous flyweight that is outside the UFC. And even when it comes to the UFC, man, I don't think a flyweights hit as hard as me. When it comes down to even like 35, when I was fighting at 35, every opponent I've ever stood up with longer than a minute, I've dropped. I think when it comes to striking, I hit harder than any flyweight. And then when it comes down to the ground, I'm way more dangerous. I don't think my guard's ever been passed. That whole entire scenario, man. I don't think anybody's ever passed my guard, ever had me in any real danger. So as far as as flyweights go, man, I think I'm as dangerous as it comes. I think I give anybody in the UFC a shot at their money.
I think it's just a matter of time, man, before you're there because you have everything. You have the look, you have the skill, you have the talent. So I'm excited for the future of Brandon Royval for sure.
Yeah, me too. I just got to keep turning heads and making highlight reels on people, man.
For sure. Well, there's no doubt you're going to do it, man. The floor is yours, man. If you'd like to shout out your sponsors, anything you'd like.
Yeah, man. I just want to give a big shout out to Turk House. They have helped me a lot, especially with and then after the training or after the fight, man. Really supportive and all that stuff. So big shout out to Jeromes and Flow Club BJJ, man. If you guys have never seen any Flow Club BJJ shirts, if you're a jiu-jitsu fan, they make some amazing attire and they're really creative with it. And just a couple jiu-jitsu dudes having fun making a bunch of shirts and clothing and stuff. So, but other than that, man, I think that's all I want to give out for sponsors.
Well, I appreciate your time, man.
All right, I appreciate it, man. Have a good day.